Hey, I just wanted to give a really quick tutorial on how to access your textbook online. A lot of you have already done this, and if you have, you don't need to watch this video. But if you haven't, please pay attention because there are a few kind of quirks about our textbook that you need to be aware of. Today, you're going to be doing a lab, and so I want to make sure that you've got down that process. So the URL that you go to is, if you just watch this on my screen, hopefully you can see it, but I'll also have it listed in the lab that you can look at. It's my.hrw.com. Okay, so you'll go to that, my.hrw.com, and you'll see here that I would recommend that you bookmark that. You can see here I've already got it bookmarked. You can just click on the little star to bookmark it. Now, for your username and password, you're going to go back to your biology. And if you look up here at the top under resources, okay, hold on. Now, my screen looks a little bit different than yours, but you look under here, it has textbook logins. You'll click on that. And so it says here is that URL that you can look at under textbook logins. And then you're going to click on this. You're going to have a Google Sheet open. You'll have all of the logins. Obviously, just use your own. I don't know if anybody has a desire to hack somebody else's textbook, but nonetheless, stick with your own. And so you'll see here passwords and your username. If for some reason that doesn't work out, please send me a message and remind. You need to make sure when you log on, I believe it's going to ask you to set up a new password. Please write that down, okay? I don't want to provide you new passwords every single time we do a lab. Okay, so please write down any new password that you create. Okay, so once you've found your username and password, of course, you go back to this spot. I already have mine input. I'm just going to click login. Okay, and so now we're here in the textbook. What you're going to go to is the online textbook and resources. Now mine will look a little bit different because I have the teacher resources, but it's pretty much the same thing. So what you're going to do now is we're going to be, for this lab that we're doing right now, we're going to be in chapter 6, meiosis and Mendel. Okay, so you're going to click on chapter 6. So we have the drop-down menu here. Now here's the funny thing, you do have to press go, okay? For some reason, first time I tried this, I didn't realize you had to press go, and it took me like an extra 10 minutes to figure it out. Kind of lame, I guess. So then we have that open. Okay, now here's the thing that we need to change. We need to go to, instead of the textbook, we need to go to student resources because we're going to be doing an online lab. Okay, so click on the tab that says student resources right here. Okay, then we want to go to labs. Okay, and hold on just one second. Oh, I'm sorry. Correct that. We're going to go to student premium. Okay, but you're welcome to look around on all of these. Student premium, and then we go to multimedia labs and activities. Okay, and we're going to do either virtual investigations or virtual labs. We're going to do virtual labs is what it is. Okay, right here where it says Chapter 6, Breeding Mutations in Fruit Flies. The picture's a little misleading because it has dogs on it. But that's because we'll also connect the same concept to dogs. You're going to click on that. And here is where the lab is starting. Takes a second to load, obviously. More than a second. Getting there. Okay. So you will go through and do this lab. You're going to need to experiment a bit, not just with...
You own a light-haired female dog that has given birth to a litter of 6 dark-haired puppies. The father was dark-haired. You were hoping for a mixed litter, some dark-haired puppies and some light-haired puppies. Given the parents' phenotypes, can you explain the coloring of the litter?
Okay, so you will go through and you're going to follow the instructions that this narrator that has kind of a ominous voice that he says. So you'll follow those instructions, and then while you are following those instructions, there is a a notebook that you fill out. So I recommend that you open that up, and you'll see this back here in the actual assignment. There's just a PDF that you're going to fill out, that you're going to go through, and you're going to keep track of your data from that lab. So if you have any questions, you can send me a note and remind. I might not be there today when if you need any help, but please, because I'll be at the district office, though I'll come back and forth. But if you do need something, send me a note and remind. Hopefully, with some exploring and some kind of poking around in there, you'll be able to figure out how to use that. And I think that you'll find the lab, it'll be similar to what we learned yesterday, but, it'll be relevant to fruit flies, which is a very common thing to study, or a common way that we study genetics. So hopefully have a good time with that, and give me a note if you have any questions. Thanks much. Bye.